ride with me and let's talk about funding. I really want to discuss business credibility, right? It's something that's highly important. I talk about it all the time. People just, it's like such a huge disconnect because I know when you go out for funding for your business, you try to compare it to the way that you go for funding for your personal. And unfortunately, guys, that's not it. It just doesn't work that way. I wish it did, right? But it kind of does work that way a little bit. It's just that you don't remember how to build something from scratch because you've had credit for so long, and it's easy to add credit lines to our personal credit. You um, be of the mind of any and everything that you're doing in your business to have it report. I bought a new one. The reason y'all haven't seen me in the car for a while, I bought a new one and I just tried to use it. This is still the old one. So if it falls, y'all not going to see me for a while until I figure out a way how to get something that sticks and works. This one was too short. I like want to kill somebody. Like, this is not that difficult, okay? So I'm gonna have to really look into something. But anyways, we need to add trade lines to our business report. It's just as simple as that. Because what we tend to do, we look at it as debt, and then when we're in need, once that cash, we hit a wall, trying to allow the business to self-sustain, which we live in economies that goes up and down and sideways and around. So you self-sustaining your company, that's not a realistic strategy to have. A realistic strategy is to, yes, have streams of income coming into your company, but also simultaneously building business credit so that you leverage a little of that credit all at the same time with the cash. It just makes you a lot more powerful. You can be successful for 10 years, and then the tide will turn on you in your particular field. I've seen it. And then a lot of people, they come, and not that it doesn't matter what industry it's in. Like, people are out here needing funding due to the economy shifts, and you're struggling because you never took the time to build business credit, and then you're upset. um, my 6 7 figure people, you're upset because you feel like, hey, they should just give me the money. No, it just doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, we need to first, there's 3 things I want to share with you today. Number one, oh my God, I just hate all of this. I'm sorry. I just hate the angle of this camera. Like, it just sucks. Number one, we need to build business credibility. Just because you've been in business for a long time and it wasn't reported and tracked and bookmarked somewhere on a business credit report, guess what? We now need to prove. Ooh, okay. They drive super crazy. I thought we were about to see one. Yeah. So he just ran the red light. So you build business credibility, your online presence, whatever your company is. First and foremost, check to see if your company is in a risky industry. That's another thing. You think all you need for business credit is just cash flow and time in business, and you show that it's successful. Yeah, but we also need to make sure that it's credible. If we don't have a track record online of doing business for those 10 years that we've been in business, or 3 years that we've been in business, guess what? We have to start from scratch. We have to start building business credibility from scratch. How do we do that? I say it all the time. We check our name, phone number, email, website, all of that. All of that. If you do not have a web presence, you need to create one, okay? Any and everything that's attached to your business, it all needs to be congruent, meaning it needs to match. It needs to say the same thing across everywhere. Everywhere I see my business or see your business, it needs to be consistent with the type of business, with the services we're providing, with the city and state, with the address, the phone number, the website, the email. All of that needs to match. If, for instance, I ran across this issue, and it's very unfortunate, with someone who ran across this issue. So everything is perfect. Everything looks great. Your business credit profile is perfect. They could do some work on the business credit part, but still, the main issue is applying for credit, saying that you are one type of business, but then they ask for you to produce documentation, and it's showing a different type of income coming into your bank account. For instance, it could be no documentation funding. No documents. Oh my gosh. We can't do this. The fucking thing fell on us again. I'm going to say this before I go, and I can't really look into the camera, but no documentation funding. Yes, it's no documents unless something happens that triggers documents. And unfortunately, this is what happened to this person. So they were saying they were a consulting company. And by the way, consulting companies are being flagged as risky. So you're going to have to come up with something else. Unfortunately, that's burnt out. And so with that, so if you're a consultant company, okay, cool, right? They're like, okay, let's check his name, phone number. Underwriting is you're going to Google your name, your business name, your email, your website, your phone number, and you're going to check to see everything that pops up. So under the business name, yeah, they went to his website. All of that was great. Consulting, web presence. Was the problem? It showed that under that business name, there were reviews for a car rental company. So they're like, okay, well, show us some bank statements. And guess what? The bank statements showed that the income was coming in from a car rental platform. And that's where you guys are losing. And that's the information they're not providing you either when you're being denied. And that's why you are confused right there. So even though my phone fell and I thought I had a better stick them up there, you know what I'm saying? See that? I think the problem is because that thing up there is leather and it's not working for us, okay? So we're going to have to figure something else out. But credibility. Check your name, email, phone number, website before you go for funding. See what you see. Everything that you see in your business name will be considered, especially for no documents, especially for a no documentation. Credit cards, loan, all of that. If anything flags them that isn't consistent with what you put on that credit application, on that funding application, will be subjected to proof or verification. Okay? So if you do nothing on this Money Motivated Monday, do that. Start there. Anything that you see consistent, start fixing it. Start making sure all your business records match, okay? That is the number one reason that we're having issues with getting funding, and we're confused to the reason why. And then a lot of the times we go for help, right? We may have jumped in someone's community, right? but there's so much information and so many videos, you don't know which part of the information belongs to you. Or that's one thing that I'm seeing people who comes to me from other people communities. But number two, a lot of people aren't even putting in the work. Like, you have to look at when you get into a mentorship program that you're in school. And unfortunately, a lot of people who aren't used to like a traditional way of learning, sometimes they struggle with that. See, it's nothing for me. I used to be a network analyst. So I think mentorship is great for two types of people. One who's just straight up determined. They don't care what their transferable skills are. And number two, people who are used to studying. But then too, that can be a problem too. You have people who absorb all the information and don't want to take action. You know what, guys? Let me just say this to you and just keep it real 100, because I like keeping it real. And this is not scripted. I don't come on here like scripted. This is just real talk. You just got to be a dog when it comes to entrepreneurship. Whatever you're not comfortable with and it's required for your success, you need to become comfortable with it. Straight up. That's just as simple as that. And you just need to go hard. And I'll leave you with something, because I'm on this 7-day fast. This is day 2. Straight water. Like, y'all pray for me, okay? Like, pray for me. I got past the first 24 hours. I'm good now. I'm healing. I even did a weight training this morning. You know, I'm crazy with it. But I'll leave you with this. I'm reading this book by Neville Goddard. And we heard, you shall reap what you sow. We grew up hearing that. But what exactly does that mean? Are you successful? Are you getting the results that you want, right? And if the answer is no, if you reap what you sow, you can look at that universal law and flip it. You sow what you reap. You reap what you sow, right? So you sow what you reap, right? Or you reap what you sow. Flip it. You need to get some sowing going. So you need to get some sowing going so you can start reaping. So whatever area you're like kind of stuck with, if it's financial literacy, you need to start studying financial literacy and start taking action. Knowing something isn't it. Applied knowledge. Whew. Yeah, we go under the speed limit. You know, they just be doing silly stuff. You know. So let's get some sewing going, right? If you're not getting the results you want when it comes to financial literacy, yes, it's cool to join some form of educational platform or mentorship or something. But what happens? You have to apply yourself. Do what is being said. And that's what entrepreneurship is. That's what success is. It's right on the edge of that part of you being uncomfortable. You have no idea how many things I had to do that I was totally 100% uncomfortable with, to the point where I was about to have a heart attack. But it's like, I got a saying that I say to myself, fuck it, it's happening. This is happening. So it's like, ain't no sense in being afraid. You know, it's like, you know what? Fuck it. This is happening. Because I don't make decisions based on if I'm comfortable with doing the action, right? I make those decisions based on, is this going to help me get closer to my goal? And if the answer to that is yes, that's when I follow up with, fuck it, this is happening. So, and don't think twice and just move forward, guys. Get some form of sewing going and education and action behind that education. When it comes to your financial literacy, I promise you, it is a lot easier than you think. My apologies for the falling phone. Like, it always falls. It only stays on that dashboard for about 5 minutes and then it drops. But if any of you need to speak to someone to see where you are and your funding goals, right? Just type the word chat and let's get funded. So everybody be amazing, be great. Happy Money Monday. I look forward to seeing you guys on the funding side. Let's go.